The relation between khadi and village industries and the folk culture of Bengal is intensive. The diversity in Bengal's folk culture is reflective of its geographical variations. The art and skills are alive in the fine weavings of muslin to the dynamic designs of baluchori. The vibrancy is visible in the martial dance of Chou, the religious divinity in the Gomira masks. The artistry is flamboyant in the fine embroidery of Kantha, present in the designs of Patochitro, Dokra, wooden or clay dolls, mats and Shitalpati. The government of West Bengal is proactive in organizing, developing and regulating the diverse khadi and village industries. The West Bengal Khadi and Village Industries Board is a statutory board under the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises and Textile Department of the Government of West Bengal. The board was established in the year 1959 and took over the activities in April 1960. The father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, used khadi as an instrument to invoke the Swadeshi and nationalist sentiment of the masses. After independence, that legacy has been institutionalized through state-level khadi boards.
Khadi was being forgotten and it had faded out over the last 3.5 decades. It is under the leadership and inspiration of our Honorable Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee that the turnaround has started. Various rural crafts like dokra, clay, chow masks, sabai grass, mats, etc. have been rejuvenated by us. We have been able to involve people at different levels. Our board does not function like an independent organization, but rather adopts a family to secure all-round development. We involve ourselves by converging all projects and ensuring that livelihood, education and other facilities are offered to these families.
The muslin cloth is symbolic of the historic legacy of Bengal's textiles heritage and the skillful fineness of artisans. The muslin is prepared through the stages of spinning, weaving, dyeing and printing. The spinning procedure consists of removing the seeds from the cotton known as ginning. This cotton is then used to prepare tapes with the help of a distaff. The tape is then used to prepare a sliver which is ultimately used in the spinning wheel to spin the material. The weaving consists of ironing the thread across the bobbin and pitting it into the spin. Thereafter, the weaving takes place through warp and weft techniques. To revive the historic legacy of muslin and offer the artisans adequate profit and complement their skill, the board has initiated a comprehensive Project Muslin. In order to develop the production of muslin, the board has established common facility centers in various districts.
Chou is a martial dance form involving physical vigor based out of Purulia. The dancers wear various masks depicting mythological characters. Vibrant colors are used to highlight these masks based of clay and paper pulp. The decoration is finally completed using pearls, beads, earrings and feathers. The Khadi board has taken special initiatives in developing the art of Chou masks in Purulia's Chorida.
যখন ধরা যাক কোনো ক্লাস্টার প্রজেক্ট আছে বা কোনো খাদি সোসাইটি আছে তারা
When a cluster project or a Khadi society is in search of any infrastructure, then we end up signing a tripartite agreement with them. A memorandum of understanding or MOU is created. This agreement states that after we create the infrastructure and hand it over to them, they will only receive the right to use the infrastructure. We do not hand it over to them as an ownership. The ownership belongs with the Khadi board. The main condition under which this right is handed over particularly states that each member of the society or trust who are working there should get equal share of opportunities for work under this. We also provide working capital for the livelihood of each individual, which is also to be distributed equitably. These conditions are reviewed by us at least once a year.
Dokra is an ancient art form prepared from lost wax. Imagination, diversity, and skillfulness find a culmination in this art form of rural Bengal. The art form is complex, intricate, and time-consuming. The structure made out of clay is layered with wax and oil with a final layering of soft clay before it is glazed. The wax then melts and comes out from an opening. Molten hybrid metal is inserted through that opening. Before it is polished after it gets solidified. With the efforts of the Khadi board, Dokra art form has been developed at Bikna in Bankura and Daryapur in Burdwan.
বিকনা বলে একটা জায়গা আছে ডোকরার জন্য বিখ্যাত। এরকম এই ধরনের একটা তার ঐতিহ্য থাকতে হবে।
Places like Bikna, for instance, are famous for their works on Dokra. Similarly, the count of artists who are attached with the craft should also be of a high concentration in a chosen area. The count should be minimum 20 or above. When identified with such parameters, these village areas are chosen further for village industries. Rural Crafts Hub is an assortment of various rural crafts identified by the UNESCO. These are traditional crafts like Dokra, wooden masks, wooden puppets, shitalpati, mats, etc. The UNESCO and the state government have signed a contract on reviving these cultures, which are almost extinct, and making them famous all over the world again. According to the contract, the soft intervention areas like training and marketing will be provided by the UNESCO. The areas concerning hardware like working capital, toolkits and equipments, on the other hand, will be provided by the government. The Khadi board is the nodal agency for the government, and we help to supply all the facilities. We have completed a lot of projects. Until now, the idea has been very successful and smooth. The artists who are associated with the Rural Crafts Hub are also very satisfied.
Bishnupur's Baluchuri sari is a prominent art form adept in unparalleled skill, showcasing descriptive scenes on its body of silken cloth. Made with silk, the weaving process of this sari is essentially time consuming. The Khadi board has facilitated the development of Baluchuri at Shonamukhi in Bankura through the advanced use of modern technology and computer-aided design, along with proper help in investment and marketing. Sun leaves are readily available in the Jungle Mahal region as a component of non-timber forest produce. These sun leaves have been used by the women self-help groups of the region in order to make plates and bowls as a mode of subsistence and empowerment. As an initiative, this has been supported by the Khadi board. On the other side, with the use of eco-friendly plates and bowls made of sal leaves, the pollution levels have dropped.
Similarly, a low-cost forest produce which is readily available is sabai grass. After processing, the grass is weaved by the loom in order to produce various necessary goods. The market demands of these goods are quite high. In order to produce various goods from sabai grass, board has initiated the establishment of a center of excellence at Jhargram in order to support research and overall development of the project and ensure technical assistance. The project has been marked as a dream project of Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee.
Made of soft white stone with the help of instruments like chisel and hammer, stone sculpture is a unique art form based out of Shushunia in Bankura. Many village families of the region are dependent on this traditional art form. The marketing of this art form works on its own equilibrium of demand and supply. The Khadi board has been active in proliferating this art form through infrastructural support. Pottochitro is one of the finest reflections of the cultural traditions of Bengal. The crux of the art form is the portal of animals and objects vividly painted on the body of the cloth. Midnapur's scroll and square pots have become famous beyond India's borders. The West Bengal Khadi Board has established a common facility center, abbreviated as CFC, at Pingla in Midnapur. The Potuas showcase their written songs which encompasses stories from the mythological, historical, social and contemporary times.
কিন্তু গান্ধীজি যে বিকল্প ভাবনার কথা বিকল্প
Gandhiji's philosophy, unlike Adam Smith and Karl Marx, was of the self-sufficient village and economy. Moving forward with his philosophy, we have been able to create positive impact on the economy and employment of these people.
With the use of minuscule articles, the artisans of Burdwan make rakhis, spreading the message of harmony across length and breadth of Bengal. The Rakhi has a long tradition in invoking the spirit of brotherhood through its message and vibrant colors. The Khadi Board has reinvigorated the production of rakhis by establishing a common production center with modern facilities.
এনজিওদের ভূমিকাটা হচ্ছে ধরা যাক
The role of the NGOs become handy as we do not have that much staff strength to encompass every activity in detail. Going to rural places, talking to the artist, discussing the training with them, their needs, all this must be handled by experts. But we do not have that staff strength to execute these properly. That is why the approach to incorporate private and non-governmental agencies has been a helping hand. The work we conduct is looked after by them. The use of the instruments we provide, conducting the trainings properly, all this is handled by the NGOs. Also, all the financial transactions are done through the banks, which are tricky for the artisans to understand. This is why the NGOs provide us a helping hand. In return, they are remunerated with a fund.
Ready-made garments are prepared from sizing the cloth in different shapes and sizes conducive to the demands of the market. The Khadi Board has established a common facility center at Panchla in Howrah in order to ensure quality development of the goods along with adequate marketing assistance to encourage the artisans who are involved in this.
Many artisans of Howrah are engaged in the making of Noah ornaments, which are intrinsically associated with the emotions of Bengali women. The production center established by the State Khadi Board at Howrah's Udaynarayanpur. The Noah ornaments are made by molding the ironware into a circular shape. After detailing it with intricate designs, the bangles are made ready after a final polish.
বহু শিল্প আছে, ক্লাস্টার আছে, গুচ্ছ আছে।
The board has received many proposals and also curated new ideas on its own, from involving other craft forms, crafts like sabai grass, sal leaves, or the Noah ornaments of Howrah. All these proposals match with our criteria, and if these are looked after properly, then they will flourish. Using these crafts, we are regularly developing new projects. The only difference here is that soft intervention is also done by us along with training and development. Many of the projects have been completed and others are ongoing. The project is working at a positive rate and all the villagers are really happy.
Mats from Midnapur have had a long-term reputation. Men and women both take part of cultivation of straws and their subsequent stitching into mats. The resultant product is a colorful expression of an exquisite handicraft. Like several other art forms, mat weaving is a hereditary art form and the artisans are traditionally associated with it. The mat straws are also used in the recent items to decorate the interiors of houses and prepare other varied products. The Khadi Board has taken special initiative in Shobong for this art form.
ডেভেলপমেন্টের একটা অধ্যায় হচ্ছে ফিনান্সিয়াল যেটা।
An important aspect of development is meeting the financial goal. A few years back, the total budget for Khadi used to be around 7 crores, which was inclusive of payments for the artisans, infrastructure, welfare, rural wages, and other expenses put together. However, employment generation was huge. On the other hand, budget towards development of the sector used to be very less, amounting to merely 2 to 2.5 crores. There has been a sea change in the budget allocation on Khadi post 2013-14. And now, at the end of 2017, the budget has reached 60 crores. It was a steady and smooth enhancement from 7 crores to 60 crores. And for the financial year of 2017 and 18, the projected budget is 90 crores.
Bankura is famous for its outstanding art of glazed clay-based ceramic, also known as terracotta. Visible widely in temple architecture and figures of clay dolls. In Pachmura, the Khadi Board has initiated to provide infrastructural assistance for the development of this art form. Suitable clay is prepared by adding straw and husk to sticky clay. From this clay, various figures are made, especially horse models. Before sun-drying them after coating 2 layers of clay on them. The result is then glazed to produce the breathtaking beauty of terracotta.
বিপণনের নীতি হচ্ছে
The strategy of marketing is firstly based upon the agreements with any marketing cluster. There should not be any misconception that the Khadi board will buy everything from them. We always try to convey the clusters that the board is not responsible for buying every single thing. They must handle the marketing structure and we will cooperate with them in doing that. We organize different types of fairs from state to zonal levels. We have received an unprecedented feedback. Sales have taken place at a high rate and numerous artisans are able to sell their works here. Apart from these, we also exhibit out stalls at different fairs, and whosoever is eager to attend or exhibit, we send them there. We also help them to participate in many ongoing international trade fairs. They have the responsibility to exhibit their works and sell them all by themselves. If they do not take the responsibility of marketing themselves, then the quality will not be maintained, as they would be under the impression that Khadi board will buy and sell any type of product that they create. They will not do their work properly then. Our message is that take your work to yourself and we will arrange your marketing. The goods will be presented by you to the people, and if they like it, then they will buy it. This helps them to keep an eye on the quality issue of the products that they are selling, and at the same time encouraging a healthy competition. In order to boost their confidence, we also reward the top 3 workers or artists at the state level fair based on their year-long sales.
Kushmandi of South Dinajpur is famous for its wooden masks. These masks, which are distinct in their color, beauty and skillful mastery, are locally named by the term mukha. These masks, which are often used for decorating rooms, are also made of a special kind of bamboo alongside the wood. Many artisans are engaged in the production of such masks at the Common Production Center established by the Khadi Board in Mohishpathan. In worshipping Chondi, the descendants of the Rajbangshi lineage wear these masks to perform the divine Gomira dance and arrange for the Mukha Khel. Katha stitch is essentially a product of woven out of thin cloth by the women of rural Bengal. This intricate weaving of the kantha stitch is determinant of its artistic designs, flamboyance, and texture. The size of the kantha stitch is made to fit according to the design. In the modern market, kantha stitch find a place in the saris and other dresses. The Khadi board has been active in promoting this rural art form at Nanur in Birbhum.
500 কাউন্টের মসলিন যারা উইভ
Another objective was to generate rural employments through the cluster approach. Under this, we used to identify and promote a unique and significant craft of a particular area. Gradually, from 2 to 3 projects, we have presently reached a huge number of 65 to 70 projects which are smoothly running. We have created a muslin tour circuit to showcase the entire procedure of procuring muslin through spinning and weaving. When people from different countries come to West Bengal, they want to learn about the art by getting hands-on experience at our centers. Just as they want to tour the heritage sites of Bengal, similarly they are inquisitive about the heritage craftworks and their activities. Like today, people have come to learn the art of Katha stitch. The group consists of students, business personnel and other stakeholders. Few days back, people had come to observe the art of Pottochitro, also learning about terracotta and Bakura. Students from various universities and at various points of time arrive at our centers to learn about these craft forms.
Badwan's Notun Gram has enriched the folk culture of Bengal by continuing the lineage of Gauriya Vaishnav tradition and inheriting the wooden dolls of Gaur Nitai and Radha Krishna. The wooden dolls also take the form of other gods and goddesses, owls, bride and groom. The Khadi board has established a common production center which provides with the required assistance in arranging workshops and the supply of raw materials. These popular folk dolls are made of light-weighted softwood and are found in different colors. The sculptor who works with the gamar wood involves no use of color. The wood is cut by using local instruments and is being shaped as per the demands of the market.
The Kesh of Birbhum is one of the finest products of the cotton cloths. It is prepared by adding pieces of cloth while weaving. The popularity of Kesh in designer saris is on the rise presently. The product is also used to make kurtis, bags and other articles along with saris.
আমরা যে প্রজেক্টটা করতে যাচ্ছি
Obstacles come in the form of questions like why? Why is the Khadi board doing these projects, or what is the importance? These type of questions always keep revolving around. Thoughts of becoming unprotected have questioned many minds. Another obstacle has been the middleman, who has manipulated the artists in crafting and selling the products elsewhere for their own profits, leaving the artists with no money at all. The most recent event happened in Tufanganj, Kuch Bihar. There, the artisans created tat saris in Assamese designs. For some reason, the designs were not received in Assam, leaving them vulnerable as they were not equipped to curate other designs. As a result, even though they created high-quality designs, the remuneration was far from adequate. when they took them to sell, the buyers refused to buy them. At the end of the day, the buyers came and offered them only rupees 200, whereas the actual price should have been rupees 1000. Not knowing the price and in desperate need of the money, the artisans accepted. This would mean that they would have to sell it at a base price or very little profit, which is very difficult to sustain a family. In every craft, be it sal, sabai or mats, middlemen were a huge obstacle for us.
One of the noteworthy mentions in the domain of food production is the mango from Malda. In order to encourage the women self-help groups of the area, the board has initiated the distribution of modern equipments and necessary infrastructure in English Bazaar, Malda.
The traditionally rich Shitol Pati is an eco-friendly art form depending upon locally available raw materials. The Khadi board is zealous in developing this art form in Coach Bihar's Ghughumari. During winters, the barks of the trees are peeled once they are cut from the murta or cane garden. Once they dry out, they are soaked in water to curate the straws out of it from which the Shitol Pati is finally made. The Shitol Pati is astoundingly elegant. Presently, the Shitol Pati are also used to make bags and other handicrafts.
There is always an ever-present demand of articles made out of bamboo for decorating the houses. In order to encourage these art form, efforts have been taken to assist the artisans associated with it.
কালিম্পংয়ে আমাদের রুরাল ক্রাফট হাবেরও একটা প্রজেক্ট আছে।
We have a rural crafts hub project in Kalimpong. There is a multiplicity of cultures in Kalimpong. We do not understand these cultures from the outside, and this cannot be put under the broad bracket of a Nepali culture. These are distinct cultures of the Lepchas, the Bhutias, Kamis and so on. Using their food habits, dressing habits and language, the Chief Minister has created quite a few boards there. These boards are functioning really well. People there also wanted a cultural center for their own, and they have already fixed the land for it. A famous ancient craft named the Kalimpong craft existed where the artists used to create designs on blankets and other handicrafts. The hub has been revived by the Khadi board by itself. These crafts were almost long lost. We found out during our inspection that the artists from Kalimpong have moved to Sikkim, thus draining out the indigenous know-how. We are trying to revive these crafts by reviving those artists back. We had to reach many remote areas in the hills in search of these artists. Honestly speaking, there is no connectivity there. We provided loom to the people on behalf of the Kalimpong crafts, and they are under training. We are reviving the craft designs in a new way. We are providing more new designs. This has created a strong possibility of a revival and a sense of excitement among them in terms of the art forms. We have also received other projects like honey. Kalimpong is famous for its honey. The silk which is made there is also a very famous part of their culture. There are no proper facilities to make silk, but they are all well-skilled artists. We are working on a project which revolves around the silk. These 4 projects are now our main priorities, and we will develop the area based on these cultures. We have spread out our activities in all districts of West Bengal except for the North and South Dinajpur. These 2 districts have also offered their proposals very recently. We already have received over 25 projects, and we predict that the numbers will increase.
The fresh jaggery of the winter is called the Nolengur. The date palm tree is sliced with the help of a sharp small dagger in order to extract the juice from the tree. The juice is then heated too from jaggery out of it. The Khadi Board has presently taken the initiative to produce the jaggery in a sheltered space along with its production and packaging using modern technology at Nodia's Bhajan Ghat. Keeping the national and international markets in mind, the jaggery is packed into sealed tubes for its swift and suave marketing.
Along with the revival of village industries, it is also essential to develop the products so that they become better fit for the markets. Saving the art and the artisan is the tried and tested way for which the West Bengal government has inducted the West Bengal Khadi and Village Industries Board. Under the project titled Developing Rural Craft Hubs of West Bengal, there are initiatives like constructing common facility centers, providing running capital for the producers and artisans along with their capacity building through regular trainings and workshops. UNESCO, an arm of the United Nations, has been proactive in bringing together the artisans related with the village crafts hubs through non-governmental organizations. The village industries from the various parts of rural Bengal are torchbearers of their history and cultural tradition. For the revival and promotion of this heritage and regeneration of this culture, the West Bengal Khadi and Village Industries Board has been relentless in its endeavours. Since 2013, the Khadi Board has breathed new life into the livelihood of the people of rural Bengal through its new ventures.
ঐতিহ্য আমাদের ভালো লাগা
সকলের আঙুলের ছোঁয়ায় একসাথে এগিয়ে যাওয়া
দুহাতে সকালের আলো দুপায়ে নতুন দিশা
ভরসা অন্তবিহীন দু চোখে যে তার নেশা
হাজার নকশায় স্বপ্ন বুনে সবার এই পথ চলা
নানান রঙে আঁচল জুড়ে কত যে গল্প বলা
একই